Hi, this is Steve Blume. Are you considering purchasing an RV? Well, if I can give you any advice, maybe you should. Once you buy one, you're like, your life's changed forever. Now, I've owned 7. I have no plans to change. But if you're coming into this new, I just want to make sure you know what to expect. So let's talk about some of the reasons you might not want to buy an RV. RVs are not cheap, but you're not buying just a box on wheels. You're buying a lifestyle, the ability to explore, a dream-making machine. You know, not cheap to one person is totally different to another. I mean, you can make memories in a used $20,000 travel trailer or a $2 million Prevost. You know, at one time I was in your shoes too. I was thinking about buying an RV, and I was about 2 years from retirement. I was with a buddy of mine named Kevin, and I'll never forget it. I told him I'm thinking about buying a truck and a FifthWheel, you know, to retire here in a couple of years. And he's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He said, everybody buys those things. They sit in the driveway. You don't use them. You pay a lot for them. Then when you sell them, they're not worth anything. And I took that and I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to let that keep me from buying it because I've thought this through. And I thought, what I'm going to do to prove him wrong, I'm going to keep a log of how much I use it. Now, I was still working. So after my first year of ownership of that FifthWheel, I looked and I had spent 20% of the year in that FifthWheel. Somehow, when I did the math, I couldn't believe it. So I knew that when I retired, I was going to use it even more. So that to me made me feel more comfortable about making that decision. When I got ready to trade that out for a Class A, I did that with a lot of confidence because I knew it was going to get used. It wasn't just going to sit parked in the driveway. So that made that decision easier. Every time I see Kevin, I remind him, he's the reason I ended up with these RVs. I'm bringing this to you today from an RV repair center. And I'm getting some maintenance work done, and it's like, okay, might as well talk to my friends out here. Did you ever think you would know what all the fuel prices are across 3 states? That's what you do when you have an RV. You know that money you've set aside for your travel budget? Make it bigger. Because once you start traveling, you're gonna see, wow, this is pretty cool. I like this. And you'll wanna go more places. You know, when I look out and see my RV sitting in the driveway, I'm like, it needs to go somewhere. So if you've got time, then you need to add some money to your travel budget. Talking about travel budgets, where do you wanna go? I mean, there are a lot of ways to go there, wherever that is. So it's gonna be, what do you see along the way? What do you not want to miss? Those roadside attractions that you just drove by before, you're going to stop now. You know, because something about the freedom of traveling, it's like, you know, you'll drive an extra 50 miles to see the world's largest ball of yarn. Why not? For your phone, you never thought about before, like things like stargazing apps and roadside attraction apps. Remember when Google Maps was all you needed? When you get an RV though, nope, you're gonna want more. You're gonna want something that knows how big you are and helps you go to RV friendly places. So you're gonna end up either with a Garmin or RVLife, but something else. So no longer is Google and Apple, they're just not gonna cut it anymore. I bet you've never had to worry about towing capacity, hitch weight, payload. None of that stuff ever entered your mind before, but if you get an RV, you're gonna know what all that is. If you're all comfy and cozy sitting on your couch at home, things will change once you get an RV, and I'm just gonna tell you what some of those things are. You know, at home, you just sit down on the sofa, grab your remote, and turn on the TV. Not like that in the RV. You get to your campground, you think, okay, are there any TV stations? You do a channel scan. You find 3 stations, 2 infomercials and 1 weather for some place 200 miles away. You see that the campground has Wi-Fi and you log into it and you get it all set up, you get the password, it just spins. There's nothing, terrible signal. So it's like, now see, I've got a Starlink, so that's another whole thing. So you just grab it out, plug it in, you know, let it hook up to the satellites, and then you've got Wi-Fi. But then you gotta do that for every TV also. So a little more complicated, but you know, TV. Besides, most people say you shouldn't be watching TV in your RV anyway. You know those plastic storage containers? You're gonna have a whole collection of those. You know, to me, cooking outside is just part of camping. It's part of the RV life. Well, I've been carrying 3 grills with me, so you gotta whittle that down. You gotta make some choices there. I'm not sure how it happens, but somehow you end up with a collection of chairs, folding chairs. I don't know how that happens. You like campfires? You may end up with a portable fire pit. You want Amazon to deliver all the stuff you're buying on the road to your home when you're there, or make sure the campground will receive it for you. Hey, that's the thing you didn't have to worry about before. You're gonna notice that something is suddenly different with all your friends at home. You know, you have a whole new language you're talking. You're talking toad and boondocking and dry camping and all these terms. They have no idea what they are. And you're gonna be using them and you're like, why don't they get it? Because they're probably not gonna get it. What do you know about tank levels? Well, pretty soon you're gonna become an expert at tank levels. How much fresh water do I have? Is that gonna last us where we are? Because we don't have water hookups there. What about gray tanks where, you know, are we gonna be able to take showers? Is there enough for me to take a shower before we go dump somewhere? What about black tanks? Are they getting full? Things that you never worried about before now are top of mind stuff. What about power? Do you know what a watt and an amp and all that stuff is? Pretty soon you're gonna be talking about how much your refrigerator uses when you're not plugged in. You're gonna be an expert on campgrounds. What's the best site? And then you're gonna struggle because you know there's one that's better than the one you got, and you're always gonna worry about that. You're gonna find that RV maintenance becomes a hobby for you. Do you know what a TPMS is? Tire Pressure Monitor System. You're gonna own one of those. Do you know about surge protectors? You're gonna need one. People are always asking me if anything ever breaks, and I wanna laugh. Yes. So I'm here, like today, at the service center for Tiffin motorhomes. And I'm getting annual service, but I also got a few little things that need repair, but that's just to be expected when you own any RV. You know, a lot of things are simple. I'm not really mechanical, but you know what? You just got to take care of them if you want them to last. Someone once told me the only thing that always works on an RV is the owner. When it's time for meal prep, your decisions are going to be different than they are at home. A lot of times you'll look for something easy, or maybe that becomes your entertainment. And that's for me. I love to cook outside, and I kind of make that an event. But you know, I've got people I know that just want the fastest, easiest thing they can find. Have you ever seen an RV refrigerator? Now, unless you have like a larger FifthWheel or motorhome, RV refrigerators are tiny. And it takes like a day for them to cool down where you can actually use them. Instead of buying a gallon of milk, you're gonna buy the quart. You're sure not gonna put a case of soft drinks in there. Speaking about new RVs, you suddenly realize that there are a lot of them that are a lot nicer than yours. Once you have one, then you start looking around, and it's that little envy thing. We all do it. Now, while I'm talking about that, wanting a better, nicer RV, you know what, it's just human nature. You're always gonna see one that's better and more attractive, but always remember that what you have, there are so many people that would give anything to have that. So don't lose sight of that. In RV life, you're never settled. While you're on a trip, you're thinking about your next trip. It's unsettling. You know that RV that you're gonna buy, and we know you're gonna do it, you won't have it 2 months and you'll find yourself at an RV show looking at your next one. You're also buying into a lifestyle. You're making memories. You're getting freedom that you would never get otherwise. So in the beginning, when I said maybe you shouldn't buy an RV, well, you know what? Anybody who's got one is probably gonna tell you it's the best thing that they ever did. Because if you do it and you truly engage in it, there's nothing like it. Thanks for watching. This is Steve Blume, Blume World. Hope you'll like and subscribe, and please share this with your friends.